Hey guys, it's Dan here. I'm just making this video to just talk about a tournament I'm holding in Toowoomba here for Warhammer The Old World, Foolcon. So I just wanted to run through sort of like the scenarios and like list restrictions and sort of how we're running the terrain on the table, so it's a bit more clear. Because I know I'm like the first one. When I get to an event, I'm like, okay, so what's the scenario? Because I don't read the packs too well. I more listen to the videos. So basically, yeah, so just starting it off with Foolcon is, Warhammer The Old World GT. It's pretty huge to have 2 GTs so late in this season with the Masters series. So those of you who are doing Masters points and really trying to qualify, like, I know this event's worth a lot of points, and Good Child's having one in Caboolture in a few weeks as well. So if you're looking to get to Masters in Queensland, there's pretty high. Like if you do well at these ones, you'll probably get a ticket there. So it makes it pretty spicy when we're looking at who's going to win. But yeah, so it's over 2 days, 5th to 6th of April. We're 28 people, so we were at 20 and we got this extra 4 tables for 8 more, which is fantastic. So Foolcon's a pretty big event. It's held in a big hotel up here, which is it's great. You get to have a few fun skewies while having a game. So if you're playing the bottom tables, you just have a lot more fun. So there's 70 tables for the whole event, and we just got 14 of them. So it's a big room and it's a lot going on. But like I know AOS is huge there, and it's just, I reckon it's cool to see all the armies and all the different, there's some really good painted models getting around. But yeah, so I'll just start off. So we're going to have 5 games, 3 games on Saturday the 5th, 2 on Sunday, rounds at 2:45 each. So winning the event, you're looking at, we're doing battle points. It's not the win, loss, draw system. I know that it's a bit up in the air on those ones, but yeah, we're going to do battle points for this one. So even if you're losing, salvage your points because they are valuable throughout the whole event. Yeah. So point size 2250, 1,000 points of characters. Rule of 3. That doesn't mean, like for me, I'm not going to take 3 units of Forsaken Slanesh, 3 units of Forsaken Khorne. I can only do 3. So no allies, no mercenaries, legacy armies are valid, no named characters, and you've got to name your Law of Magic. If you use new recruit, you have to pick it. So you got to pick a Law of Magic in the army list. You can't switch between games. So the maximum of 1,000 points of characters. There's no actual limit. Like I know a lot of people are doing the 500 point limit. Like Ryan Schmidt's run that 2,400 point event with 800 capped. Maximum character is up to 500 points. Like that's going to be a fun event. It's a real fun way to do it and really change up list building. But we're just doing the 1,000 points. So you should have that extra 250 points on a normal game to help deal with the characters. So just make sure you submit those lists by the 29th of March and I'll check them all over and we'll go for that. So the awards that we've got first, second and third. So best presented, so that doesn't necessarily mean best painted either, it's just which army you think's the coolest. And then we're also going to have best hangover, so I know it's always fun on these 2 days to see there's a few people always show up a bit seedy on day 2 and sometimes miss that 4th game because I wanted to have a sleep in. But yeah, so we're going to be running terrain. I'm doing it a little bit different. I've been painting terrain like a madman. So we're going to be running the 2D terrain. So you probably, if you've been to an event, you've seen it. It's just like 2D, sits flat on the table. Your models goes over it nicely. But we're going to be running stuff like, I've got these 3D pieces to sit on there. So when I've played newer people at events, they have forgotten like a hill's a hill because they're like, oh, it's not actually sticking out of the ground. So this is like our impassable. We'll have things like this on there, but all these sort of stay the same. So just, you can track it by that. Any questions, just ask. Then you got forests as well. Just a few trees stuck on there, so you know. I will say, so we're doing Impassable is can't see through it, you can't move through it. Forests, you can see into it, can't see past. Dangerous terrain as well. We're doing ruins, so this is just difficult and you can see over it as well, right? So there's just a few pieces on there. So you can see over them and charge through. Water, I haven't got any terrain done up for the water yet, but you see through it, charge over it and through it, but it's dangerous. Sorry, ruins are difficult. Water is dangerous. And then hills again. We're just going to be having these pieces sit on top. So you can put them on top, you can take them away, you know, makes it easier because I hate putting my ranked up models on a hill. It drives me nuts. So that's something new I wanted to try. Hopefully, like, who knows, you can give me some feedback if it's terrible. But yeah, we'll give that a go. So we've got our first round pairing. So I'll do a list review with the legend himself, my brother Aaron. We'll do a list review and we'll just do some predictions on those first round pairings a bit closer to the event once they're all submitted. So then after that we do our Swiss pairings. So that's pretty much whoever did the best, the first two, the best in round one play each other, and then it just keeps going down that way. And then we all sort of end up around where we should be at the end, playing either on the top or bottoms. But you're having more fun on the bottom tables, drinking and carrying on. So I've also created my own scenarios for these. I try to make them not too crazy. The game's not going to fully change from them, but it could pull you from a loss to a draw or a draw to a win if you get them. And it's something for just a bit of spice. I like having something extra in the game to think about and deploy to and just change it up. So in the first round, we're doing deployment type open battle. It's called Kill the Fool. So we're going to randomly select characters. So if you've got 5 characters, we'll work out a way to randomize it. Or if you've got 9 of cheapo characters, we'll bloody pull a name out of a hat if we have to. But we'll do that randomized one. So I've test run that a few times. It's actually pretty fun. Like, you know, if you've got your general on a dragon, like the Chaos Dragon's like 600 points, you get an extra 100 because he's a general. And if you get another 200 for the secondary, you're getting close to 1,000 points for one guy. So it makes it really good. And also people who have those little throwaway characters, a little 100-point character they don't care about. Well, now that's a 300-point character and you're going to have to actually try and keep him alive. So something to mix it up there. So round 2 is called the Fool's Chosen. So we're doing flank attack. And so before deployment, each player's largest unit strength core units will be the chosen unit. So you've got to keep that one alive and you get the extra 100 victory points. So the opponent doesn't get the 100 victory points for killing it. You get the 100 victory points by keeping it alive. So round 3, called Fly Your Fools, Breakpoint. So every unit in the opposing deployment zone with a max of 3. So those MSU armies aren't going to be getting like 10 units in and getting an extra 500 points. So we're just trying to get to the other side of the board. Nice and easy one. So then we've got playing the Fool's Game as round 4. So this will be on day 2. So we're playing Mountain Pass. So this one we're going to have a point, the center of the board. You've got to be within 6 inches and you can't start scoring until turn 2. So a cheeky Vanguard's not going to get in there and start scoring from turn 1. And so every turn you're in there, you get like a point. So just say you're in there for 3 turns and the combat pushes you out from falling back and all that. You have to collect that point at the start of your turn. So let's say turn 1, I moved up, I'm sitting there. When it's now my turn 2, I collect the point. So in his turn, he could charge that unit, push me out, and I don't get the point. So that's where you've got to really think, okay, if I move up, I'm not just going to move up an inch, because if he charges me, I fall, but if I get ground, I've been pushed off it. So that one's going to be a bit fun. And with that mountain pass, you still got the advantage with your cannons. You're going to be able to go all the way back and a bit more. I reckon that will be a really fun one. I haven't test played that one, but I'm really excited for that one. It's probably my favourite. And then we've got round 5, last game is Get Over There Fool. So we're gonna pick a terrain feature, not a fence. So I didn't mention too. So we're gonna be running these for fences. I'm trying to paint some up. If I don't get to them in time, we'll still just run the 2D ones because I love that new Dragon Stomp FAQ. And that's coming from someone who runs a dragon. You're going to stop the stomps, which is pretty awesome. So let's just say this ruins not in my deployment zone. Outside your deployment zone, the defender, if your enemy is in the terrain feature and you are in the objective. So at the end of the game, if I'm in here, I've defended it, and if he's in here, and if he's in his, it's a drawn objective, right? But if I'm in his and mine, I'll win. If I'm only in mine, I'll win. So we're just trying to defend a terrain piece and capture one at the same time, pretty much. You get an extra 200 victory points. So only unit strength 5 can claim a terrain feature. So you can get your heavy chariots will be able to do it, and your small units. But you've also got to be aware that if you take that unit of 5 and you take 1 wound, you're not going to be able to claim it. So unit strength 5, sorry, for round 4, for the mountain pass one, unit strength 5 as well to claim that point in the center. So that's where you've got to be careful too. Like if your 5 warhounds go up and they shoot at them and you lost 1, well, then you won't claim that point. So you've really got to think about that as well. So when it comes to scoring, it's pretty much, I've got it in the players pack. It's basically by every 200 points you get up on your opponent, you are getting, it goes to, it's a 200 to 400 point difference, it's 11.9, and it goes up in 200 points increments from there. But yeah, that's it. It should be a great event. We've got 28 people coming, those tickets sold out so quick. Everyone seems to be really keen, so that's good. I hope everyone's been getting their practice games in. And yeah, with the submitting the lists, if I find the list inappropriate, it's going to be pretty hard for me to find the list inappropriate. The way I see it is, we all know what the army books have. Someone's running a shitload of fanatics, but that's the only stick knight goblins get anyway, so run the fanatics. And yeah, I think I'll see you all in April or for the list review and first round pairings. Grudges are on as well. I know Joss has called me out for a grudge, bit of a replay of Anarchy. What is it? That Anarchy and Annalie. But yeah, it should be a good event. Thanks guys. I'll see you at Foolcon.